Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy MMA Blaze, back at it again to give my predictions to UFC what is it, 128? Man, Shogun versus John Bones Jones. Man, I know it's kind of early, but you all know me. I like to get these predictions out kind of early. You know what I'm saying? I just really can't wait to get these predictions. Now, I know I said this a couple of times last video about how it was so hard to really like make a choice on who I thought would win. You know, it probably was the hardest prediction yet. You know, but honestly, you guys, I'm telling you, this is like the hardest one yet. You know, it's really hard to give a prediction for this fight. You know, you just really don't know who's gonna win this fight. You know, both of these guys are outstanding fighters. And man, this is gonna be a real tough one. But nevertheless, I'm gonna do my best and give these predictions. So yeah, I'm gonna go with what my mind tells me. And to my subscribers, real quick, I just want to say, listen, if you're gonna watch the video, at least leave a comment. You know, I'm getting views, but I'm not getting comments, and that's kind of strange. Now, either I'm saying something that you know you don't agree with, but you can't argue with it, so you just don't say anything at all. So you just watch the video and go to the next video, and maybe it's something like that. But you know, man, I know you're watching the video. Leave a comment, you know. But nah. Anyways, let me just say, man, Shogun is one of my favorite fighters yet. You know, you all know that next to Anderson Silva, man, you know, Shogun is really, really one of my favorite fighters. And you know what? As much as I like him, and as much as I don't like John Jones, you know, I gotta be honest. I mean, he be like, man, why don't you like John Jones? I don't know what it is. You know, it's just something about John Jones. I don't really. You know, the guy's kind of. He almost comes off as kind of fake and phony a little bit. I'm not saying he's 100% fake or anything like that, but he just comes off that way a little bit, and he just seems like you know, he's always ready to get in somebody's face or whatever. You know, kind of like when Shogun kind of came into the octagon, when they announced that he was going to be fighting Shogun. I guess that John Jones thought they were going to do a face-off or something. I kind of noticed John Jones was kind of just ready to just walk up in his face, but Shogun just kind of, you know, Shogun shook his hand and just, you know, touched him, you know, kind of, you know, gave him a little pat, you know, and hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot, you know, just being respectful to him, like, congratulations. And, you know, but like I say, nevertheless, I'm not going to just say I want to see John Jones go out there and lose and take a loss and fall. Big ups to him. He's a great fighter and a great competitor, and he has a lot of skill, and he's doing great for his age and his MMA career. And I hope he has a lot of success in the future. But I must say, you're going against the Shogun right now. You understand what I'm telling you, kid? You're going against the Shogun. I cannot pick against this man. You know what I'm saying? Not for you. You know, the only way I would pick against Shogun is if he was fighting Anderson Silva. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man. Right. John Jones, man, honestly, let's see, man. We know he has the wrestling advantage without a doubt. Okay, we know that. And honestly, I'm kind of scared for this fight. I'm kind of nervous. I was kind of scared for the Rashad fight, even though I'm a very big fan of Rashad Evans. I was still going with Shogun. I wanted Shogun to win that as well. But that was a dangerous enough fight for Shogun. Not the fact that Rashad Evans could just go in there and knock him out or anything like that, even though anything could happen in the sport of MMA. But for the simple fact that, you know, he's just such a great wrestler, and he's very dominant, and we all know that wrestlers give Shogun problems. You know, we all know that. It's no secret. But Shogun does have a good ground game. And you know, he does fairly well against wrestlers, but he's never, in my opinion, he's never fought a wrestler like Rashad Evans. Yeah, I know you all may say, oh, he fought Mark Coleman, but get that bullshit out of here. Mark Coleman is a great wrestler, but Rashad Evans is much faster. He's much more agile. He's much more, you know, his wrestling is explosive. He's just quicker. He's on another level, in my opinion. You know, and Rashad is even better wrestler now than he was when he first came into the UFC. So that was just hard enough. Now he's going up against a guy like John Jones, a guy whose wrestling isn't quite like Rashad Evans. You know, I really honestly, I give Rashad Evans and John Jones wrestling is on the same level. I give a slight edge to John Jones, But in the wrestling, but the fact that his wrestling style is just so much more different from Rashad Evans. Rashad Evans is kind of a more like a double leg guy. He's not a Greco wrestler or anything like that. And as we seen in the Ryan Bader fight, John Jones he displayed some good double leg. I mean, we kind of used to seeing this guy getting in a clinch and with that Greco-Roman clinch and taking you down from there, or either with a trip, a foot sweep, and slamming you down to the ground viciously like he did Matt Hamill. Or either just he may even hit a judo throw at times. You know what I'm saying? Like he did, just flipping you over his hip, like he did Brandon Vera. I've never really seen him shoot in for a double leg takedown the way he did on Ryan Bader. And I guess the reason why he did that is because Ryan Bader is such a strong guy. It's kind of hard to just go in there and with a strong guy and a strong that has the wrestling caliber of Ryan Bader and just go in there and look to clinch with him and think you're just going to get an easy throw and an off balance and time it just right and trip him, even though he could have. But Ryan Bader he was very aware of that, and he been seeing that displayed in a lot of John Jones fights recently. So I'm pretty sure he was ready for that, and he didn't expect John Jones to shoot in for a double leg takedown, and neither did I. So that being said, John Jones just added some more tools to his arsenal. So I'm even more afraid for Shogun in this fight, man. You know, I'm rooting for him. I want him to win this fight. But at the same time, what the fuck is a guy like Shogun's going to do when he's getting taken down by guys like Forrest Griffin, even though we all know that wasn't the Shogun, the real Shogun that fought Forrest Griffin. But when he's getting taken down by Forrest Griffin, Mark Coleman, Machida, you know, a lot of these guys were able to take him down. Even Chuck Liddell was able to take him down. You know, all these guys have wrestling backgrounds, and maybe not Machida so much, but he's a strong guy. But none of these guys are really I mean, on paper they may be better wrestlers than John Jones, but let's just face it, John Jones is the best wrestler in the light heavyweight division next to Rashad Evans. You know, if John Jones goes in there and he shoots in for a double leg takedown, I'm pretty sure he's going to get the takedown against Shogun. If he goes in there and he clinches with Shogun, I'm pretty sure he can get a foot sweep. I'm pretty sure he can get in that Roman clinch and take him down from there. Now, the thing is, when he gets in that clinch, that creates some problems for him as well. We all know the Shogun, he has great Muay Thai, and he's good in the clinch. He could land some knees, and he could really hurt John Jones. He could bring him to him. But I'm not going to lie to you, man. I think that I don't think that he's going to really have to worry about anything in the clinch. You know, I think his reach is much too long. You know, he's a pretty strong guy. He's big. You know, he can really just get him in the clinch and hold his elbows out there and hold the lower part of his body out so he wouldn't have to worry about any knees. And he could just, you know, trip him down to the ground. That's what I'm kind of seeing here. But nevertheless, I think that if Shogun wants to win this fight, the way he's got to do it, he's got to stay elusive, and he's got to stay on his toes, and he's got to move around and don't get close to John Jones until he's going to do a strike, you know, but you don't want to stand close to him like Ryan Bader was doing and like the rest of his opponents do. You know, you want to kind of move away from him, even though John Jones have that reach, and you don't want to stay on the outside of his reach because you don't want to get kicked in the face or anything like that. But at the same time, you have to play it smart, because if you get too close to him, you're getting taken down. And if you get too far away from him, you're getting taken down. So what I think Shogun has to do is stay elusive and stay very, very aggressive the whole time. Don't play a strategy game. I mean, play a strategy game to a certain extent, but he has to make this fight a brawl, and he has to really bring it to John Jones. You know, I mean, he has to really make this a nasty, gritty fight. He has to go in there and do a flying jump kick to his head. I mean, he has to throw punches, and I'll tell you what, man. If John Jones happens to get close to him, he has to throw uppercuts, hooks, straight punches. He has to rush him and drive him, kind of like he was doing with Machida in the second fight, right before he knocked his ass out. He was just throwing a lot of straight punches, kind of rushing him, just rushing him. I feel that he should do that with John Jones, but he should really get even more intense with his punching and his punching power, and just put more and just put a exclamation mark behind his strikes, and just every strike that he throws has to be with bad intentions. He has to really try to knock John Jones out. That's the only way I see him winning this fight. He could possibly win this fight by submission, but John Jones, and his ground game is very questionable, but he's been working on his ground game lately. It looks a lot better than he used to. Like when he was in the Brandon Vera fight, his arms looked very vulnerable in the guard. You know, he didn't look like he really knew what he was doing, and it was just a matter of time before a great grappler could really just catch him in an arm bar and a triangle or anything like that. But he looks, and he was very aware of that. He knew that, so he went back. He worked on some stuff. He's still not the best at it, but he's a lot better than he used to be. So, like I say, Shogun could always catch this guy in an ankle lock, a knee bar, or anything like that. You know, like I say, man, but Shogun, he has to really refuse to get taken down in this fight. You know, he has to be really fast and very, very aggressive. That's what I believe. I believe that's going to be the key here. I believe from the opening round, you know, first round, I believe Shogun has to go in there and just open it up with a head kick. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Just get wild with it. You know, straight wild man. You know what I'm saying? Don't give John Jones a chance to, you know, get his rhythm and, you know, kind of sit there and size him up and point out things that he knows he can do to him, and you know, don't let this guy get off first, man. You know, don't let him start first. You know what I'm saying? Shogun, you have to go in there. You gotta hurt this young guy. You gotta hurt him. You gotta hurt him. You know what I'm saying? You can't play with him, because much as I hate to say it, man, I'm telling you, John Jones has a great chance of winning this fight. And I know it's a lot of Shogun fans out there that don't want to hear that, but man, it's true. So you guys just be aware of that. And man, I swear, man, John Jones wins this fight, I'll be one pissed mofo, man. Damn, I do not want John Jones to beat Shogun. But if he does, congratulations to this guy, man. He's very talented, and he's on his way. Be the youngest, probably youngest. No, I don't think he'll be the youngest. No, he won't. No, I take that back. But he will be a young champion in the UFC. One of the youngest champions we had in a long time, since Vitor Belfort. And yeah, and yeah, like Frank Mir and stuff like that. But listen, man, damn, you guys, let me know your thoughts, man. What you think? Who do you think is going to win this fight? What do you think Shogun has to do to win this fight? What do you think John Jones has to do to win this fight? And just because I'm not that big of a fan of John Jones, I still like to watch his fights, and I still support him. Nevertheless, I'm not going to down talk. I'm not going to talk shit about him and say, oh, this and that and that. I'm going to lie. I do hope he gets his ass knocked out. You know what I'm saying? You know, just to bring him back down to earth a little bit. I kind of get the feeling he's feeling his own hype just a little too much. Even though a lot of you might not see that, but to me, he's kind of feeling his own. He's feeling himself too much. It's like, no homo. But yeah, you know, it's like basically, you could just, you know, he's almost like his head is in the clouds almost, you know. And I would be too at that young age, achieving so much success. But we all seen what happened to Uriah Faber. We all seen, you know, what happened to Brock and guys like that. And you know, when you go in there and you get the feeling like you're untouchable, and you know, I'm telling you, man, anything can happen. But I do kind of notice that even though he does have that, that seems like he has that mentality to where he's kind of feeling his own hype too much. I still hear in his interviews he's still a very smart guy, and he doesn't really overlook the dangers of anybody else's skill, and he's well aware of what they're capable of doing, just like he is. So I will give him that. You know, that's one thing I will say, you know, about this guy. You know, he's very smart. And yeah, man, but like I say, man, John Jones, man, very talented guy, and he's on his way to the top. But like I said, you're going against one of my favorite fighters right now, so I got to root against you, man. And Shogun, I hope you can get this guy, man. Go in there and whoop his ass. Yeah, so all right, man, you guys let me know what you think. I'm out. Till next time, leave your comments. Don't be a weirdo and watch the video and don't say nothing. Let me know what you're thinking. All right.